Hi guys, it's Megan here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're going to do a mat Pilates workout. No equipment needed, just you and your mat. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on all fours. So we're going to come down onto our knees, and we're going to have our hands down. Remember, have all 10 fingers outspread. You want to put your weight in the full hand, not just the palm or the wrist. And make sure your knees are right under your hips. And from here, we're just going to do a quick little warm up. We're just going to twist to the side. And just allow our left shoulder to come down to the mat as we reach our left arm through our right arm and bring your head down. And just relax, draw the stomach in towards your spine, and just get that nice little twist of the spine, opening up the body, and just warming up. Good. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So now reaching my right arm through my left, bringing my right shoulder to the mat, resting my head, pulling my stomach in towards my spine, and just taking a deep breath here. And exhale. And come on up. Good. So coming back to our starting position, both hands down, knees down. And we're just going to lift our right leg up, and we're just going to do some hip circles. So just bringing mobility to our hip socket. Really important that we always exercise our hips. Good. Try to keep less movement in the pelvis, so just moving from that fallen socket, still engaging that core. Push through those hands. Don't sink into those shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. Same thing, just opposite direction. And you can make these as big or little as your hips allowing you to. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it on in. And from here, we're still going to work through that right leg. So we're just going to bring it in towards our chest and kick through that heel, squeezing the glute. In and flex that foot, kick through the heel, squeezing the glutes, engaging that core. Good. Use your breath. Inhale in and exhale as you kick through that heel. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg extended, and now you're just going to lower and lift that leg. Tap the toes and lift. And lift. So you really want to keep that nice flat back, like bend in the elbows, and really extending that leg, lifting through the glute. Tap the toes and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted. Now we're going to rainbow it over. So it's going to come towards my left side, tap the toes, and back towards the right, tap the toes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep that leg. You're just going to move it in line with your hip. So you want your leg and hip, everything to be in a nice straight line here. You're going to turn the toes down. Keep your hip squared to your mat, and we're just going to lower and lift. So these can be a small movement. Just really finding that sweet spot in our hip abductor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on in. Good. Last one here with that right leg. We're going to flex that foot. So flex that foot as if you're going to imprint your heel to the ceiling. Pull that core in towards your spine. Keep your knees narrow in towards each other. Don't let this leg that's lifted for your knee to kind of come out towards the side. You want to keep it facing down. Flex that foot. Squeeze the glute as if you have a ball between your butt and your heel here. And just really squeezing, finding that sweet spot, starting here and lift, not from here. So find that squeeze and push up. For 5, 4, job, guys. So now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other leg. So let me turn around so you guys can see that in the camera. So we're going to start with my left leg now. So we just finished our right. We're going to bring our left leg up and we're just going to go into those hip circles. So moving that ball and socket. Like I said, you can make these as big or as little as your hips are allowing you to. So just bringing mobility to them. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. Same thing. Just reversing that direction for 5, 4. Press through those hands. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it there. Position yourself back. And now we're going to bring that knee into chest and kick through that hip. In and kick. Squeezing the glute. Really finding that glute and hamstring connection here. Engaging the core. We're not allowing that stomach to sag. We're lifting it up towards our spine for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keep your leg extended. Tap the toes straight down behind you and lift. Squeeze the glute. Tap and lift. Good. Really firing up those legs, firing up those glutes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to rainbow it over. So my toes tap behind my right, and I'm bringing it back towards my left. So really try to keep your weight center here and not leaning really into that right kneeling knee. So core is on for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your leg there. Now you're going to move it in line with your hip so your toes, knees, hip all in one line. Point those toes down. Hips stay square to the mat. And now we're just going to lower and lift. Tap those toes in and lift. Finding that sweet spot in that hip abductor. Try to keep that weight center. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Good. Last one here. We're going to bring that foot up. Flex that foot as if you're going to stamp your foot towards the ceiling, onto the ceiling. Sorry. Keeping the legs narrow. Your knees narrow. So that knee's not out here. It's pointing down to the mat. Starting position is my leg up. Already squeezing that glute and then pulsing it up. 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 So finding that sweet spot in the glute as if you have a ball between your butt and probably your ankle. So squeezing them together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on in. And just sit back towards those heels. Open up the knees and just take a quick little child's pose. Perfect. We're going to stay down here. We're going to go into a nice little plank series. So, when you're ready, walk both feet out and your hands right underneath your shoulders. Your feet down, drop those hips, push those heels back, and from here, go into a plank, and then just push back into a pyramid or a downward dog, whichever you like to call them, and then back to plank. So we're just going to push back and forward, Kelly. Back and forward. So getting that nice stretch in the back of those legs. Warming up those shoulders for 3, 2, engage that core. Last one. Come back into that plank and hold it. And just bend your knees back and forward. So we're just rolling back and forward on the palms of our hands, bending at the knees and then extending them. Try to keep that nice flat back, still activating those glutes. Keep that core strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come to that plank. Almost done, guys. We're going to walk down to our forearms. So we have a forearm plank now. Palms are flat. Now we're just gonna lift one leg at a time. Nice strong core, lifting the legs, squeezing the glutes, pressing through those shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees down and take one more quick child's pose. Come on up. Good job, guys. So, let's go ahead and flip over. And now, we're gonna get into some core exercises. But we're gonna stay seated. Actually, we're gonna stay up. And we're gonna come down onto our forearms. So, starting position. You wanna be on your forearms. Hands are flat and your fingers are facing towards your feet, okay? And from here, what we don't wanna do, we don't wanna sag into those shoulders. You're gonna really try to keep your arms pretty narrow towards your body. Let me just lift my shirt up. Narrow towards the body, press through those arms, and then activating that core. So drawing that core in towards our spine. And when you're ready, squeeze those legs together, and we're gonna lift those legs straight up towards the ceiling. Towards the ceiling, press through those arms, and then we're just gonna lower and lift. Flex the feet down, point the toes up. So letting the core do all the work here. It's lowering and lifting our legs. Good, guys. For 4, 3, 2, and last one. Keep them lifted. Now you're going to bend your knees in. So heels come together, toes apart. So nice little frog. And we're going to push out, point the toes. Flex the feet in, point the toes out. In and out. Still keeping that nice strong core, pressing through those shoulders. We're not sagging into them. 4, 3, 2, let's add some beat. Push out, beat those heels together and back. Same thing, we're just adding some beat. So exhale, in. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay there. And now bring your feet to parallel. And now we're just going to circle those legs. Squeezing those knees together, squeezing those thighs together, and just circling those legs. Can be a little movement here. Try to keep everything as steady as possible. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. Same thing. Up and around. Just moving through those hips. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in, shake it off. Whew, I feel those. Good, guys. We're not done here. Find your position. Press through those arms. Bring those legs to tabletop now. Still engaging that core, pressing through those arms, squeezing those legs together. And now, we're just going to move through the waist. You're going to try to keep your rib cage square to that wall in front of you with your shoulders. Squeezing those legs, you're going to drop both legs towards the right side. See if you can come all the way down to the floor or as far as you can. And then using that left oblique to bring you back up. Squeezing those legs, other side, same thing. Just dropping the legs and then coming back up. So you really want to try to find the obliques here. Those are our movers. That's what's lowering our legs to the side and then bringing them up. Let's go for 4. Use your breath. Inhale down. 3. Exhale up. 2. Last one. Exhale up. Good. From there, let's squeeze our legs. We're going to bring it back towards that right side. Shoulders are squared, rib cage is squared, just our hips are towards that side. Now we're gonna reach the legs out and in, out and in. Filling those ribs, filling the obliques, working hard for 4, 3, extending the legs and bending, 2, and 1, back to center. Same thing, other side. Squeeze those legs, drop them towards that left side, shoulders are square, extend and bend. Really trying to find and close that gap between your hip and lowest rib bone here. Let the obliques do the work here, guys. You got it. Keep breathing. Press through those shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in, feet down, and shake it off. Whew. Good job. From here, now we're going to go into a reverse plank. So before we get started, our hands again are going to come behind us, but you want your fingers facing towards your feet. You don't want them out behind you, and you don't want them to the side. So bringing the hands facing towards the feet, keeping the palm flat. You can extend the feet out first. You're going to press through the shoulders. I'll give you a modified version of this, but if you're with me, we're going to go into full extension with those legs. So from here, legs are nice and strong. Press through those shoulders, and let's lift. So I'm pressing through those shoulders. You can see I'm lifting up through the sternum. Good. From here. So this is the challenging part. If this is too much for you, you can bend both legs and keep both feet down, but really press through those shoulders and lifting up through those hips, lifting up through the chest. But if you're with me, keeping those legs extended and lift. And now we're just going to go into high knee march. So I'm just going to bring one knee in at a time. Good. So I'm bringing my knee in towards my chest. Good. For 2, we're going to add on. And 1, both legs out. And we're going to go tricep dip. 1, 2, 3. Back up. Bringing both knees in. Tricep dip. So we're going to do 2 marches. 1, 2. Bend the elbow joint. Bringing the body down just through those triceps and lift. Good job, guys. Stay strong. We got 3 more. 2 more. Press those hips up. And last one. Make it good. And come on down. Whew. Great job, guys. Let's go ahead and give our arms a little break and our wrists. I know we were working on them a lot, doing a lot of planks, but really good for us. I promise if they hurt now, they will get stronger. These will get easy. Not easier, you just get stronger. So that's a good part. From here, let's do some rollovers. So we are going to lay completely flat onto our mats. Come down to your back. Make sure you have enough room on your mat, okay? From here, keep your arms out towards your side. So you want your arms out wide, long, sorry, right by your side. And starting position here. Before we get started, let's activate that core. So we're going to take this out of our back. So we're in neutral spine now. Neutral spine means you have a natural gap between your lower back and that mat. So you can fit almost like a little grate there. That's neutral. We're going to go into an imprint. See my hips shift. So I'm closing that gap between my lower back and our mat. So think about pulling the hips up towards your belly button, engaging that core like someone's going to punch it. Now the mat meets the back. We're good. From here, let's bring our legs up straight, about 45 degrees, okay? Point those toes nice and long. From here, you're going to take an inhale, reaching the legs up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, rolling up behind you. Separating the feet, flexing the feet, and then now we're going to roll through that spine, one vertebrae at a time. as we come on down towards the mat. Butt meets the mat, legs come down, and feet come together. So let's do that one more time, or again. So let's start over. Feet together, out to that 45 degree. We're going to point the toes, reach them up towards the ceiling on the inhale. Exhale. We're going to bring the legs up over our head, making our legs parallel to the floor. From here, separate the feet about hip distance apart, flex the feet, and now slowly rolling down, one vertebrae at a time, articulating that spine as you come all the way down, butt meets the mat, and out. Good, let's do that one more time. Feet come together, flexing, pointing the toes. Inhale, reaching the feet up towards the ceiling. Exhale, as you push on back, bringing those feet overhead, all the way where our feet meet, our legs come parallel to the floor. Separate your legs, flex the feet, and now let's slowly roll on down, one vertebrae at a time. Nice, slow, and controlled, using the core. And come on down. Good. So now let's reverse that. So when I mean reverse that, we're just going to reverse the way our feet move, not necessarily how the exercise works. So, with that being said, legs out, 45, and we're going to start with our feet separated. And when I mean separated, this isn't separated. I just mean they're not glued together. They're right in line with our hips, okay? So separated here, pointing the toes. We're going to take an inhale here, flex the feet up towards the ceiling. Exhale, push through those arms, pulling those legs all the way behind you till the legs come parallel to the floor here. You're now going to bring the feet together, flex the feet, and now roll through that spine. Pushing your hands into the mat, using the core muscles here to roll you on down, one vertebrae at a time. Sacrum meets the mat, and now coming on down, point those toes. So let's try that again. Separate the feet. Inhale, reaching the legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, pulling those legs up over you, overhead, making your legs parallel to the floor. Bringing the feet together, flexing the feet. Press your hands into the mat, engage that core, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling on down and bringing those feet down. Bending the heel, bending your knees, and just hugging your knees into your chest. Nice little breather here. Good job, guys. Those aren't the easiest, but they're really nice. And then let's just roll our knees back and forth, taking a nice little stretch. And come on up. Good. Just want to make sure I'm on time here. Perfect, so let's come on to our sides. So I'm going to start on my right side. I'm going to just have my forearm down. So I have my elbow right under my shoulder. My hips are stacked. I'm lengthened through that spine. I'm not crunched up like this. So really use your mat to lengthen. Reach the crown of that head long. From here, legs to tabletop. We're going to reach our top leg, which is my left leg here. And now we're just going to do some lateral lifts. So I'm just going to lift that leg up and down, up and down. So you want to make sure your hips stay stacked here. It's really easy to roll out on this left side like I was just doing. So be aware of form. Hips are stacked. This leg is nice and strong, and your bottom leg is just that tabletop. Pressing through this right arm. We're not sagging into that shoulder. So we're just lowering and lifting this left leg. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg at hip distance, hip height, I mean, so don't drop it. Flex that foot. Now we're going to sweep in front of us, point the toe back. Flex the foot as you sweep that leg straight in front of you so it's in line with your bottom leg, and then point that toe back. So same thing, pressing through this right shoulder. Make sure we're not sagging into it. Keeping our leg up at hip distance, hip height, sorry. Keeping our hips stacked on top of each other. And let's burn out these hip abductors, really working that outer thigh, outer glute. For 4, 3, keep the leg nice and strong. 2, and last one. Keep that leg kind of at the diagonal where you can see your toes and just little circles. Actually, let's make these about watermelon sized circles. So still haven't dropped my leg. It's still at hip height. So I'm really burning out that side. For 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse the direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bend that knee and still at hip height. Don't drop it, guys. And we're going to kick through that heel. Whoo, Philly knees on fire. Good job. Bend it in towards your chest. Kick through that heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg. Oh, definitely feel that. So if you're a hip abductor, your glute, your thigh is on fire, I'm right there with you. And then let's come on up and we're just gonna flip over, go right into that other side. So now on my left forearm, reaching the crown of the head long and lengthen through my spine. Remember, I'm not crunching over. Now my left leg is on the mat and my right leg is going to be my mover. So I'm reaching my right leg out long, my hips are stacked, and from here I'm just going to go into those lateral lifts. So lowering and lifting all the way up and touching the toes down. Remember, pressing through the shoulder, do not sag into it. Keep our hips stacked. Make sure form is there. And just lower and lift. These are slow and controlled moves. These are not fast. We're really getting into those hip abductors. We're finding that sweet spot and we're gonna burn it out. Good job. Keep breathing. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, now we're going to flex the foot, sweep it right in front of us, point the toe back. Flex the foot and point the toe back. So remember, we're keeping the hips up at hip level, their leg up at hip level. I haven't dropped it, so that's the challenging part. That's really working, activating the muscles. Staying strong, and kick. Good job. For 4, 3, try to bring it all the way up in line with that bottom leg. 2, and last one, pull it back where your foot is at kind of the diagonal. You can see your toes and little watermelon circles. Still haven't dropped that hip, keep it up. For 5, 4, sorry, that leg is up at hip level. 2, and 1, let's reverse the direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one here, bend that knee in towards your chest and kick through that heel. In and kick. I still haven't dropped it. Stay up at hip level, guys. Mine's on fire. I hope yours is too. Stay strong. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and put both legs down. Whew. Good job, guys, and let's come on up. Great. So that was about a 30-minute mat Pilates exercise. No equipment needed. We focused a lot on legs, glutes, and abs. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this a video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my page. And if you need a little more extra stretch, check out my 15-minute full body stretch. I will link it in the description here. So hopefully, guys, if you need it, check it out. You can do it before or after. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.